In this Playwright tutorial, I will discuss how to perform keyboard actions in the Playwright Automation testing. So we will see how to press Enter tab, and we will see how to select the content and how to delete it also. So basically we are using control for the Windows and Meta plus if you are using or pressing multiple keys from the keyboard. So Meta is used for the Mac OS, control is used for the Windows operating systems. So let's see the manual test scenario first. Then we will go to the VS Code and we will write a simple script to perform the actions from the keyboard. The first scenario is we will go to the google.com and we will search here with Playwright by tester stock. So firstly we will identify the search text box and we will enter the text here, and after that we will press the enter from the keyboard. So this is the first scenario where we are pressing the enter from the keyboard, and the second scenario is we will select this particular content and we will delete it by using the control plus A or a Meta plus A and a delete from the keyboard keys. And the third scenario is, so simply we will click on the search text box, we'll press tab, then we'll press the enter. So these are the manual scenarios. We will automate it in couple of minutes. So let's go to the VS Code and automate the manual test flow. Here I will create quickly one spec file under chapter 2 folder. So here I'll say 07 keyboard actions underscore test dot spec dot ts. So that's it. So here I will go to the one of the spec file and I'll copy the content from the other spec file and I'll paste it in the new spec file. So I will delete the couple of lines of code which is not required. So in our case, so we are navigating to the google.com. So I'll keep it the go to and google.com here. So here I will update the test title as keyboard actions in the Playwright. So that's it. So firstly we have to identify the search text box, right? So let's identify the search text box. So simply I will inspect the DOM. So if I inspect this search text box, so this has the text area tag and which contains the multiple attributes and the values. So what I will do is, so simply I will use the array label here. So I'll copy this value and so here I'll say await followed by page dot get by label. So simply I will pass the array label attribute value and here I'll pass the another parameter as exact colon true. So here I'm saying find the exact matching array label element and then here I'll say first element. So perform the actions on the first element. So firstly I will click on the search text box, then I will enter it by using the fill method. So here I want to type Playwright by testers talk. So here I'm using a fill method and I will specify here Playwright by testers talk. That's it. So firstly, we are able to navigate to this URL and we are identifying the search text box. Then we are clicking on that and we are entering the search key value, right? Then now we have to press the enter from the keyboard. So I will take the same element. Then I will call to the one method called press. If you want to perform the keyboard actions on the web page element, so you need to use the press method after the element. And if you are performing the directly keyboard actions, in that case simply you can use the page.keyboard.press method. So let's press the enter as of now. So I will show that a bit later. So our test is ready now. So we are able to find the element and we are able to enter the search text box value, and then we are performing the enter action from the keyboard. And if you check this press method, so it has the multiple keys where you can pass it. So you can pass all these keyboard keys. Depends on your need, you can pass the respective keys. So automatically Playwright does the rest of the job. So let's run the test now. So it has to go to the URL and it should search with the specified keywords. And if you see here, so our test is perfectly working fine, right? So there are no failures. Now, so this is the enter action from keyboard. Now let's see how to perform the Control A and delete actions from the keyboard. So if you see this web page, so already we are searching with some keywords in the search text box, correct? So what we will do, once we got the results like this, we will click on this search text box, we will select like this and we will delete it from the keyboard. So let's perform this from the Playwright. So here I'll say selecting and deleting from keyboard. That's it. So firstly we have to click on the search text box. So already we have identified the element and we in the line number 10 we are clicking on the element, right? Now from the keyboard we have to select all the text from that particular text box. So simply you can use the await followed by page dot keyboard dot press. So here you can pass the keyboard keys. So I'm using a Mac OS, so that's the reason I'm passing meta plus A. And if you're using Windows operating system, you can pass the control here, control plus A, to select all the text from the text box. After selecting the text in that text box, simply I want to delete it. And I will use the same line and here I'll pass the delete. So this key is present inside the press, if you see here. So if you see here, so delete is present here. So you can, whatever the values are present here, simply you can copy and paste it here. So that will perform the keyboard actions. So whatever you are passing based on the value passed to the press method, right? Let's run the test. So I will close the previous session. So this time we are searching with the Playwright by tester stock, and then we are deleting the search keywords at the end. And if you see here, it is performing very quickly, and also if you see the test execution status, and it is getting passed, correct? Now this time what we will do is, so let me comment these lines. That's it. Now we will see how to press tab and enter from the keyboard. So firstly, we will click on the search text box as I discussed the manual test scenario. So here I have already written a code for that. So we are clicking on the search text box. Then we have to click the tab from the keyboard. So simply I will pass the tab here. Then we have to pass the, that means we have to press the enter, correct? So that was our second scenario. Simply I will pass the value as enter here, right? So that's it. So firstly we are clicking on the search text box, then we are pressing tab, then we are pressing the enter from the keyboard like this. That's it. It's very simple thing what we are currently trying to achieve it. So let's close the existing session and run the test here. And if you see here, so we are able to perform the actions successfully. And if you see the status of the test, so our test is working perfectly fine. So this is how you can perform the keyboard actions in the Playwright Automation framework.